Hi, my name is Gil, and I'm an adult services librarian at the Westmont Public Library. Today I'm going to share a couple interesting items we have in our collection with you. So the first item I'm going to highlight is a graphic novel series called Why the Last Man. Why the Last Man tells the story of York Brown and his monkey Ampersand, who are the last surviving male mammals on planet Earth. There's been some sort of catastrophe or epidemic or whatever it is, and suddenly every male mammal on Earth dies except for these two. So he has to go with some allies of his to a lab halfway around the world so that they can try to investigate why it was he and his monkey only survived, and to possibly use them to help stave off extinction for the human race. This is available as a physical graphic novel, but also on Hoopla, as you can see here. It is getting a upcoming Hulu live action series, so you may be seeing some stuff about it. And it's just this really cool, sprawling science fiction series that is very character-centric, but also does a good job of sort of exploring the what-ifs of what happened if all the men died, basically. What would that do to the world? Our next item is Yonah of the Dawn, which we have both in manga and in anime. And Yonah of the Dawn is the story of Yonah, a princess in a fictional kingdom called Kuka, who wants to marry her cousin. But her father, the king, is forbidding it. Unbeknownst to both of them, her cousin hates her father for what her father did to the cousin's father, the king's brother. And given a chance, the cousin kills the father, usurps his throne, and Yonah has to go on the lam. She has to run away along with her bodyguard. So Yonah of the Dawn is an epic fantasy and romance series that, like I previously mentioned, we have available both in the physical manga and the complete series on Blu-ray. Fist of the North Star is a post-apocalyptic martial arts movie and manga. We have both the anime movie from the 80s, and they're reissuing the manga, which we're collecting as well. It follows Ken, who is the Fist of the North Star, who one day gets beaten up and his fiancée gets stolen. He wanders around the post-apocalyptic desert trying to help the weak and innocent, then finds that his fiancée is still alive, and then goes to try and save her. This is a seminal anime from the 80s that is really, really violent, comically so, over the top. The characters in it use a fictional martial arts based around pressure points that can cause people to explode. Lastly, we have the movie City of God. This is not a new movie, but it's a really good sort of international independent movie from the early 2000s. It is a period piece set in the slums of Rio, following two kids through like a decade or more of their lives, one of whom wants to become a photographer and escape the slums, and the other who becomes a drug kingpin, a really brutal drug kingpin, and sort of rules over the slums with an iron fist. One of the things that was really amazing about this film is that the director managed to get outstanding performances out of basically all the actors, even though all but one of them had no prior actual acting experience. So it's a cast of amateurs and non-actors, and yet it is just amazingly well done. It's this really vivid and interesting depiction of the slums of Rio during that time period, and it's just really, really good. And that's about it for my recommendations for today. If you like this video, please check out some of our other videos on YouTube, and have a nice day.